Kathleen already on. I heard Connie was already here. Good morning.
Hello. Oh, it's bright in
It's
here.
super bright today. This is kind of exciting. So we'll get a lot of vitamin D this morning.
It's 32 degrees.
Yeah. On what day is this? February 16th?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Got business
apparently we're live on here.
I'm on the fly with quick.
So today we're talking about what we would have done different from day one to where we are now. What thoughts we had on that. And there was something else that we were going to talk about, but then we couldn't remember what it was.
Because, we're getting to that age. Hi, Brenda.
Good morning, Brenda.
Hi,
How are
Sue.
you? Good morning, Sue.
Hello, other Sue.
We have like little dog hairs. The dogs are shedding. I don't understand. But the corgis have decided to blow their coat. Well, Chloe has. Justin hardly sheds at all, which is funny. But so there's like these little dog hairs floating. I got them all over my shirt because I hugged her for the.
I know your name's not Cynthia, but good morning. I can't remember what it was. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I can't either. Was it Linda?
No.
Linda.
Hi, Vicky. Hi, Randall.
Hi, Rebecca. Good morning.
Hi, Lisa.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Vicky. You guys are our super troopers. So today I just edited the video of our rabbits for the other channel. Gosh, good morning. Good morning.
Hi, Laura.
Good morning,
Michael.
Michael.
I guess it's afternoon in Michael's world.
Yeah. Good
In
morning,
Wisconsin,
Laura.
it's afternoon. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, because they're 3 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So I got this land in April of 2020 is when I bought. We came up here. There was still snow patches on the ground. And then I did not move the RV up here until July. I think it was the weekend of 4th of July that I stayed the night up here because the roads were an issue and we had a big rain session. What?
It's as Cynthia says, she goes by Cindy.
Cindy. Okay.
Is that what you mean? Actually, there was another person that was logged onto the friend's account, and the friend's account was Cynthia, and so
Right.
I thought it was that.
Oh, gotcha.
Cindy. That's
Yeah.
who we were talking
Yeah.
about. But hi, Cindy.
Yeah. Good morning.
Go ahead.
And so we were kind of talking about, because we've basically been on the property for 1 full year.
You have.
I have.
Yeah.
And then you've been here for
July. I got here in July.
of last year.
Yeah, of last year.
So, this is very different than any farm that I've ever had. I've actually had 5 farms, 2, 3 in Texas and 1 in Washington, and then this one. And so this one is very different. Actually, no, that's not true because my very first farm after I got out of the military was raw land.
Ooh.
And I put a house, I put everything on that. There was nothing except for a pond on there. But I actually did not build my own house. I put a mobile home on there. So I had wanted to build my own house. I did build the barn. But I guess...
Mary!
Good morning, Mary! I guess I kind of came up here with one plan and then was talked out of that plan and then went back to that plan. So I wanted to, I bought the RV and I do not regret buying the RV. I am actually very glad that I bought the RV. I don't think that
Hi,
I
Brenda.
would have gotten as much of things done as have been done if I was not living on the property. And so that was something that I truly believed from day one, that driving back and forth would stop the growth. And I don't think I'm wrong on that. One thing that I wish that I would have done was built an outhouse shower
From the get-go.
shed from the get-go up here on the hill. Regardless of where it was, because I had actually planned on my son was thinking of building, and we only kind of knew of two really good build spots that would be easy to build, which is where the barn and garage are now, and then the other one was over where the RV and shipping container are now. So until he found another spot, I thought that this garage, barn garage setup was actually going to be the house. So, yeah, so figuring that out maybe a little bit sooner would have been really nice, because then I could have focused some attention in a different spot. But I did want to start out, I did want to do a tiny house first, and my son wanted me to just go straight into building the big house straight out the gate. He was worried about stamina.
When you have a second, we have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
Rebecca wanted to know, what job did you and Kimmy do in the service, and what branch were you in, if you don't mind me asking?
No, we don't mind at all.
Not at all.
We were in the Army.
Yes. And we were military police.
So yeah, that's what we did there. So I think when I first got up here, I just was really overwhelmed, and I didn't have, I was trying to make sure that I didn't just do my plan and not think of anybody else. So I kind of wandered around a little bit, because I didn't have that hard, this is what I'm doing, I don't care what anybody else thinks, I'm not taking anybody else's opinion, and I'm just doing what I'm going to do. And I have done that before, and I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to, when I bought this land, I made my son a co-owner, because I only have one child, and, you know, I wanted us to live on the same property. And so this was,
And have your grandbabies.
and have my
close by.
grandbabies around and all of those things. So I really wanted to honor his opinion. So that affected a lot of things, because I would start to do something, and then he would come in and be like, no, don't do it that way, do it this way. And I'd be like, okay. And then I would turn around and do it. So I think that,
Morning, Carol.
good morning, Carol. I think that one of the biggest things that I would do different is spend more time creating a hard plan, instead of, I took the advice of, you have to live on the property before you know what you want to build. And I agree with all that. I 100% agree with that. But if I would have really been like, okay, I'm doing a tiny house first, and then I'm going to do this over, and not waver back and forth, I think that would be the number one big thing that I would try to do different.
It is good, though, in your opinion, that you originally were going to have your house over here where the sawmill is, and now you've changed your mind, so you have that
Morning,
beautiful
Ray.
view.
Yeah. I mean, there is a really pretty view. There would have needed to be some tree clearing to get the lake as much in front of the barn sawmill area. So, you know, that was kind of in the plan with that. But
Priscilla's
this,
in the house.
good morning. This view that we have now is the ultimate view. And I was giving that view to my son.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was like, if he's going to have to build right
Keeping
there.
in touch.
Hey, good morning. Is it Sean or Brandy that's hanging out with us? We're excited to see you. You know, so that, I think, is probably the biggest the biggest thing is maybe coming out here and walking the property a little bit more. Victor and I did it, but we had the babies with us. So that was definitely hard to do, because that little guy. So Liam is a light. He's light. He's easy to carry around. He's light, but he's very independent, so he doesn't want to be carried.
Right.
Jasper is very much like Chloe.
It's
very,
Sean.
very good morning, Sean. How are you? Is very much like my son, was a very heavy baby. So, and you have to carry him around. So we didn't get a lot of hiking in. I don't know. I think we were here about 6 months before, longer than that, because I had the piers in
Hi, Laura.
when Victor finally went, Victor and Caitlin, my son and my daughter-in-law, went hiking and found the spot that they're going to build on. So And then as soon as they found that spot, and he has marked it out, and I haven't even gone to it yet. But as soon as I knew that he was not going to build in where we have the RV now, it was like, all right, that's where we're building at. So
Laura said the weather looks amazing here. Your scenery is beautiful.
isn't it? It's gorgeous.
It is like 35 degrees and
It's
it is
gorgeous.
warm and beautiful out.
And this winter, I don't think we had as much wind this winter as we did last winter. We had a lot of wind, but it wasn't as cold. The temperatures weren't as cold. Where this year it's very, very breezy.
Hi, Colleen.
So good morning, Colleen. So I think that would be the number 2 thing that I would change, is truly making him find his spot sooner than what he did. The shipping container tiny house was not ever a thought until a last minute thing where it was like,
Until she had all these people here. And
I had a lot of, I had more
people.
people here, and we had to figure out something. The tree house was always in
morning,
the
Thomas.
plans. Good morning, Thomas. So I was always doing a tree house. That was always happening. I've been wanting to do that for years. But the shipping container was a last minute of, what do I have on the property that I can use so I'm not spending a huge amount of money to build something that is not going to be my, for the rest of my life, house. So I didn't want to put a whole lot of money in it. And I had already purchased the shipping container.
Quick comment. Ray's Travel says, always a good day when the sun is out. You all are a big inspiration for me
Aw,
to get work done on my property. Thanks for all your great work ethics and great attitudes.
thank you so much.
Yes,
very
that's such
sweet.
an honor. We
Yeah.
appreciate it so very
Thanks
much.
for sharing that. That's awesome.
Hi, Carol.
Carol, you're at 50 today. Tomorrow snow, oh my gosh, up to 6 inches.
Wow.
We're supposed to have some colder, rainy, snowy weather this weekend. I don't know if we're gonna get
Thanks,
it or not.
Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
Yes, hit the like button.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
So I would have to say those would be the 2 major. I think the number 3 major thing that I wish I would have done was had a load of logs brought in to mill before we started hardcore cutting things down. I mean, there had to be a specific clearing. We've only cleared areas to build in. We haven't done a heavy clearing, taking down of trees. I want to keep as many trees as I possibly can, but I do wish that I would have spent that money in 2020 because it was a lot cheaper than it is now for a load of logs. But I wish I would have brought in.
You have
that.
no regrets on buying like your sawmill, though.
None
at
at
all.
all.
That was
That's
like the
actually-
best investment, right?
That's the best investment. And it's my most favorite tool. I really enjoy
and also
it.
the shipping container, because
I
that
don't
was
regret that either. Yep.
that was something you bought well before the pandemic, well
Yep.
before things got
Yep.
a little crazy in price.
Yes, and when I bought that shipping container was $3,500, and I think now they're like $5,000.
Yeah.
So that was $3,500 delivered up here.
I think I've seen up to 7,000.
Yeah, between 5,000 and
So
7,000. They're
crazy.
crazy, and that's a 40-foot
Randall,
line.
you're so sweet.
Good morning, Priscilla.
These ladies' work ethic is get it done no matter what. It's wonderful.
It's preach. That
We
is
so
kind of
appreciate
true. We
you.
really are that way.
We so appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take it off.
I'll be
Coming
right
back though. Okay, cool.
Bye. Now we can talk. Now we can talk about Kira. Oh darn, she's still watching on her phone.
Oh, that's so funny. So I think, what else?
That's what you would do different.
Those are the major things that I would do different. I know that I absolutely in the beginning tried to get way too much done straight out the gate, so I kind of didn't get anything done.
Oh, Priscilla.
Priscilla, thank you so
sweet
much.
of you, honey.
You're so sweet.
We so appreciate it.
So yeah, it's
Any of the funds that we're
so
getting
helpful.
right now is going to help us make our trip to go see Dutch and Brandy.
and Brandy, yeah, exactly.
And go over to the Okie Fest. So
Yeah.
we greatly appreciate it. Cause,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, because being off for 3 weeks was
Oh, it was terrible.
that was a killer.
Yeah. But hi, Colleen.
Good morning, Colleen. 74.
Sue, it's 74.
Windows open, enjoying the weather. I
Wow,
love
nice.
it. I love it.
My window's open and it's 34.
Yeah.
We like it.
Yeah, Carl, he's hanging out with us. It's pretty exciting. What's your favorite part of building your tiny home? That's from Rebecca. Oh, Sean,
gas
thank
money.
you.
Thanks, Sean.
I
We
appreciate
appreciate it.
So my favorite part of building the tiny house, I think, was the treehouse part going together. Because it blew everybody's mind. Everybody that came here to help us was like, what are you doing?
What? It doesn't make sense.
Like they couldn't. Okay, because the people that have come to help us are men that have built houses like the regular normal way. And I'm like, no, that's not how we're doing it. We're doing it totally different.
I think my favorite part is the fact that people underestimate us. And yeah, we don't know it all, and there's a lot we don't know, obviously.
And we admit it. We don't try to pretend that
And
we do know things.
we do often do things maybe not the normal way, but we do it our way. And you know what? It ends up working out. They did come and help level us out. We had a little tweaks there, but their minds were a little blown by what we actually got done.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I think it's really funny when they come out and they're like, okay, we're doing the pre-assessment to see what you need help on. And we're nowhere near where I'm like, no, you guys aren't coming out until we have this, and this done. And well, how long do you think well, we'll get that done this week. And they're like, all right, ladies. And then they leave, and then they come back and they're completely blown away with how much we've gotten
Carl,
done.
we wish you could go too. It would be so cool to see you guys.
It would. Someone said they were going.
Rebecca said she did construction for a while and she likes doing details and design. That's similar to Kira. Kira likes doing, she's so good with the heavy equipment.
The heavy equipment.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it's
Darla.
Good morning, Darla. The treehouse is great.
Welcome.
So I think that's the most fun that I've had with this build. But we haven't done much in the actual shipping
I
container
look
yet.
forward to the putting all the details together to make it actually into a home.
Yeah.
So that's super
all the finishing
exciting.
touches.
Having individual space, just because in an RV she's in the upper half, in her bed, I'm in the back half in my bed, and then the bathroom and the kitchen's between, and it's just you really just don't have that time to yourself. So I'm looking forward to not that I don't love her or Kira, but it's nice to have your door shut. And
the thing I think the one thing that you guys don't understand about us is Kim and I are both actually introverts.
Very much so. So you need that decompression time.
You need that. I think I'm a little bit more outgoing.
You're a lot more
I'm
outgoing.
a lot more outgoing. But I could just as easily sit in my room and not leave it for months at a time.
Until I moved here and met the church family that we've met and the friends that I've made here, I was like, I don't really want to, people would invite me places I wouldn't go. Yeah. And now I look forward to it. So I think finding your tribe really does help with that introversion.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
And it's funny because she would say, I'm going to move up there and you're going to make me be social, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I am actually, because I go do a lot.
Thomas is the one going.
Oh, cool, Thomas.
Yes. Woo.
After being in a tiny place for 7 years with Bill, and it faded away.
Oh, I haven't got that. Oh, here it is. With Bill sitting beside him every single day on our computers, I cannot wait to have space again. It's time. I love him, but I need room. Exactly. That's how we are. I mean, we're like sisters, but you still need that just space.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
So
I look forward to that.
Kira's actually really excited because we're going to insulate the tree house, my room, which is going to end up being my room. She's going to shift her stuff up there for a minute while we finish her cabin.
So we can get her loft up.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I really, really wish we would have had a little bit more time to finish her cabin before she moved in it. I guess that would be another thing, but we really didn't. We worked really hard.
We were really worried about the cold and not having heat and not being able to make it. And actually, we've done so well.
Really well.
Yeah. There was a couple weeks that we had to run the generator at night and pay for propane and gas at the same time, but for the most part, we don't. We're doing great.
It's really funny because last night, we have the little propane little buddy heater going, and then Kira leaves and we have her turn it off when she leaves. And she left and didn't turn it off. And I'm laying up in my bed going, it's so hot. Why is it so hot? Like I can't fall asleep, And then I got up and I was like, oh, because the heater's on. And as soon as I turned it off, I was able to get to sleep because it cooled off.
Yeah.
I missed something. Somebody said locked up. question mark?
Thomas says locked up. I don't know what that means. Maybe his computer's locked up, or
Oh,
I don't know.
That could be it. Or asking if your phone was locked up because you hadn't gotten it.
Heather
yet.
says, I love the way Cuz We Can Farms Moose Lodge is looking. It makes me want a tree house, shipping container, tiny house. Yes.
Isn't it fun?
We have another person, Red and April Off Grid. Hi.
Good morning. Hi.
RV living with 3 people is lots of fun, but overall better than we expected. That's what they say.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I think it would be a little bit more different if it was like a spouse and a kid.
Oh,
or
I get it.
what?
Thomas says, is that the police officer in you? The locked
The
up.
locked up.
Probably.
Probably.
I get it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the difference is because we're not a couple. I think a couple and their kid would be a little bit different, but because none of us are in, Kira's not our child. She's a young adult. And, we do
We're
have
three
to,
single
we're
ladies.
3 single ladies. That there is that wanting the personal space a little bit more, which you don't get in an RV. At least my setup. I have a friend, Mary. She has a really nice RV, and there's quite a bit more personal space in her setup.
Yeah.
But mine was $8,000 and hers was $80,000. So there's the difference.
Yes.
I decided if I was going to spend a lot of money, it was going to be on more of a permanent building. And then this will be fun because this will eventually be a guest space. So Sean, when you and Brandy come up, maybe next time we'll have a guest space. Really fun. Let's see. Your daughter's getting married in a couple of months and she'll be out of the house soon, and she's
Gone a lot. Connie says, even in a relationship, you sometimes need your space. I get mine Monday to Friday while he's at work. Yes,
Yeah.
That's very true. It is important because they got to be gone.
Good
and
morning,
miss 'em.
Tiffany.
So,
Yeah.
hi, Tiffany.
And that's, I think that may be, okay. So we're pretty much together 24/7, all 3 of us.
Yeah.
There is nobody leaving. This is our job. This is our work. And we really get along well. Like there's
The only time we're separated is like when you go edit and I go run errands and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But even now that's going to be less because
Yeah.
we're both going to be busy editing and needing to upload. and
exactly.
so it's going to be more
Yeah.
time doing things together. So
Yours is the bathroom, Carl.
I know, right? We don't really have that privilege. So
we don't have that privilege.
the RV
That's why I
toilet
said the outhouse would have
got
been nice.
taken out. The RV toilet got taken out, and we have a composting toilet in there. But the bathroom is so small that unless you want to sit on the toilet with your feet in the bathtub, you can't. So we had to learn how to do that in front of each other as well.
Connie, Carl doesn't have a dog. That's so true.
So we kind of had to learn how to do that in front of each
Yeah.
other too, which is tough. But
What I said was I stopped being able to go to the bathroom by myself when I had a child, and then when I had dogs.
Rebecca says personal space is healthy for all of you, so you can think and grow as individuals. You are so smart, girl.
Yeah,
That is the truth.
that is true.
Yep.
I missed the one about moved to Arizona.
Vicky, when we first moved to Arizona, we lived in a 10x10 uninsulated shed for 6 weeks.
Wow.
That's pretty much what Kira lives in, but hers is insulated.
Yeah.
My husband drove truck for Wally World, so only home on the weekends.
Oh,
It
wow.
gives you a chance to miss them.
It does.
And I think
Yeah.
that really is kind of a part of the key to a marriage. Well, any relationship is, time apart, but also communication skills, and which I think
Yeah.
we have really good
We-
communication skills.
That I would say we have really worked on our communication skills.
Yeah.
That's been a huge bonus.
and learning how each other are.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive and get my feelings
And
for
I'm
easy,
not.
and she's not.
So
She's very alpha and likes to just tell it like
I'm
it is.
very type A personality.
So we have to learn how to kind of talk to each other about different things.
Yeah. Usually I'll say, okay, I have to say something, but I don't know how to soften this. So I'm just going to blurt it out. So don't overhear me and don't take this in the wrong way. So, yeah.
Connie would never use a bathroom when the bathroom with Bill around.
That's funny. And Bill is zoned out. That's funny.
That is funny.
That's hysterical.
How come I got the hot spot? I'm always like overly warm and the sun
I
is
know.
like blaring on me.
For once, I'm not the
I'm
one
like,
sitting in the
block
sun.
it,
I'm not
block
going to
it.
complain. Yeah, so I absolutely do not regret the sawmill. I do not regret.
Guys, we're going on a drive. Hold on.
we're going
She
on
can
a
keep
drive.
talking.
What are we doing?
just
She's
going-
going to flip the truck
No,
around.
we're just.
And then,
Hi, Jet.
hi, Jen. Good morning. How are you?
You ready for this?
Yes.
You guys ready for this? Kira's gonna be like, where did
There
it
you
go?
go. There's shade right here. That's where she's going. A little bit further down the driveway. So funny.
Better.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that is way better. Look, now I'm
Yes.
not all squinty.
Yeah, we're not working on our wrinkles.
I have laugh wrinkles. Just means I'm happy.
Laugh wrinkles are
Happy
okay.
life.
It's when you start getting the wrinkles around your lips, and I'm like, I must frown on that. I got a lot of lip wrinkles.
So
so.
funny.
I'm in the hot seat. That's right.
There we go. So, what else would I do different? I don't know. I think maybe I would have figured out. But see, some of these things that I would say I would do different now, it's only because I've lived on the property for a year. So I really couldn't say that I would do it differently. I mean, I definitely wish that when my son was up here, so last summer, when he was first starting his business, he has his own landscaping business. And so he has the heavy equipment, and he has, what he does is when he is testing somebody out to see if they get their he hires them, they come up here and he works them really hard all day long. And so I just am like, I need that tree down and that tree down and this down. And,
The funny thing about that is they'll be like talking on the phone and smoking a cigarette, and she'll come over and she'll be like, are you supposed to be doing that right now? Are you on a break? You're on the clock.
you do remember that I'm his mama, right?
She's so funny. I would never in a million. I'd be calling Victor. If it was my child, I'd be calling Victor and saying, hey, blah, blah, blah. But she just goes right up and says, I don't think you're doing what you're supposed to do.
It's so, and then I have 3 chainsaws, and so they'll come up and Victor's like, I got my one chainsaw. Do you have another chainsaw that he can use? And I'm like, yeah. And then I'll stand there and I'll watch him, and I'm like, oh, honey, let me teach you how to start a chainsaw. I took the class. You're gonna flood it.
The time that you were trying to unload something, logs or something at somebody's place, and the people that came out to get it, do you remember that? The guys were moving a forklift around and they were doing things wrong, and you were like, yeah, she was like, oh, seriously, just let me do it. Like, this is painful.
Yes, we had taken, we had done some beams for people, some posts, 6x6 posts, and for fencing. No, they were 8x8s.
They were
And
heavy.
Kira and I had got them loaded, and then we drove to the place, and they were just supposed to unload them. And Victor's like, you won't have to unload them. They're going to unload them. And it took them 20 minutes to figure out where to put the skid loader to get these on there. And he was trying to use the skid loader he was trying to slip the forks underneath them on the truck and then pull them back. I finally was like, I can't do it anymore. I'm going to go micromanage them. And so Kira's in the back. And so I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And I just like totally took charge. And then we were out of there in 10 minutes. It was like, it was exhausting. So yeah, that's funny. I try not to be bossy, but
She tries.
I do try. Stalker alert. Exactly.
I know, right?
Turn your volume down, honey.
Yes.
So there was something else there was another topic that we were going to talk about, and now I cannot remember what it was.
Since we can't remember what it was, let's go back to the topic I brought up yesterday.
Okay.
Who has property? Who else has property out there?
Who else is farming?
Off-grid or farming, or, even a little 1 acre, whatever. We want to know. Who's got big plans?
Big plans, and what are your
plans?
What are your plans? My eventual goal here on this property is self-sustainability, which I have a hard time saying, but I
Obviously.
can do. And just working, I really want to have a CSA garden, which is, where my neighbors can come up and get a basket full of vegetables and some fruit and whatever. And people at church can come get, I'm not going to do like heavy advertisement, just like people right around us, but the locals, but, so just, that kind of thing. And I definitely want a year round garden. So we're putting in the big greenhouse.
Connie's on 5 acres.
Connie, you're on 5 acres?
She was on 8, but couldn't handle that, I guess. Couldn't do
You
stuff
don't own
with
it. Okay, I gotcha.
Oh, gotcha.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi,
Danny. Good morning.
Hey, Danny, say a word. Even one. Like, hi.
House in the city. Thomas, wish you would have gotten land. So, Thomas, in the city, you can still do rabbits. Do they allow chickens? So the rabbits can be considered pets and not livestock. So even if you, even if they say no livestock, you can usually get away with raising rabbits.
Ooh,
and
Colleen.
quail. Quail are very, very quiet.
Colleen's local, 5 acres in Sandpoint.
I think I knew that.
We need to plan a coffee date.
We do need to do a coffee date.
That would be so fun,
That'd
Colleen.
be fun.
Sue says her goal is 20 acres.
20 acres is what I got in Texas right after I got out of the service. And I had way out in the middle of nowhere. And it was the very first raw land that I had done. It was out in Klondike, Texas. Very tiny, very, very tiny little town. So that was the very first
Thomas's wife is against having animals.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Well,
I guess you got to do what makes your happy wife happy life.
Yeah.
Colleen says love a coffee date.
Cool. We're gonna play in that.
Email us.
Yeah. Well, then you can do gardening and stuff. I hope. At least bucket gardening. I've done that. I've got a house in town, but I've got land outside of town with a few sheds. You go almost every day to get to the place. Getaway place. That's awesome.
Ray's Travel says one thing they've noticed living on the coast, they get some heavy winds during the winter months, but lots of overcast makes him think they need a wind turbine, which is what we got.
Oh yeah.
Missouri Wind and Solar has nice ones. We haven't put ours up yet, but we got a good one off of Amazon.
Yeah, I guess that's what I would do different, is I would get that up.
Hi, Alan.
I would definitely get the solar stuff set up and get it going. We just didn't. I got heavy anxiety about doing it.
Red and April have 45 acres.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Where at?
Two of our grown kids are living out here on their own parcels. We're currently living in an RV and building our house. Same as us. So that's cool.
Oh, Rebecca, I am trying to find anybody that I know that's on the grid that could start my seeds for me. That's been like, are you guys starting seeds?
Hi, Dana.
That's pretty much how I start conversations now.
Dana has 14 acres.
Oh, nice.
Doing a shed to house with a greenhouse, high tunnel, containers, chickens, goats, and hoping for
Nice.
bovine of some sort.
Oh, very cool.
That is cool.
That's very cool.
I plan on doing a bunch of flowers for my bees. So, maybe we can do a CSA for flowers too. Red and April are in Arizona.
Oh, okay. I grew up in Tucson.
I love Tucson in the spring, in March. Oh, it's beautiful.
The only time I can go to Tucson and not have allergies, or Arizona and not have allergies, is in February. And they better not be doing road construction, because if they've stirred up the dirt, then I'm a done girl.
Hi, Janet.
Good morning, Janet.
Welcome.
Good morning. So we've, on the build where we're at, let's see what you guys saw this morning, us cutting the insulation up. And so we might be doing our premiere video with Darla and Randy tomorrow evening. So if we are, I'm not putting out a morning video. We'll have the evening video. So Friday, most likely, you'll be seeing us put that insulation up on the ceiling. And yeah, so we've been slowly getting back into that so we get the energy.
Rebecca has sprouted sunflowers, zinnias, and 4-leaf clovers.
Oh, pretty.
Nice.
I love sunflowers. That's one of my favorite flowers. Great big giant ones. The giant ones are like as big as your head.
Yeah. I like that.
Bigger than-
The Gerber daisies that are giant too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are gorgeous.
Yep.
So
Janet is praying for us. We appreciate all the prayers.
thank you so much, Janet.
Yes.
I really appreciate that. I'm so surprised. It's like, seems like all the YouTubers got COVID almost at the same time. It's
Yes.
like I was watching, I'm like, oh, our poor peoples, our poor friends, they have nobody to watch because nobody's, everybody's sick and not putting out videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do know, oh, I do know something else that I wish I would have done different. When I got this property, I was so excited to get back on property that I immediately got my sheep and my goat Scarlet. And that took away a lot of time because I didn't have the fencing. I was planning on just doing the electric fencing and they kept getting out. And so I was, and Kira too, we were chasing sheep throughout the neighborhood. Now, the bonus on that, the positive silver lining was I got to meet all the neighbors.
Yep.
That was what I met all the neighbors. But getting animals too soon. Bud and Sissy came at the perfect time. You know, the chickens and all that in the summertime, that was not a big deal. But getting the other animals way too soon was, I definitely wish I would have done that different.
Tiffany wants to know if we're doing a live tomorrow, if we're still doing the premiere with Charlotte and Randy.
Tomorrow morning we will do the live. Yes, we won't do the regular 7 a.m. video.
Holy moly. Heather grew up on a 140-acre homestead in Lucerne Valley, California.
Wow.
And when her parents died, her other siblings sold it.
Oh.
Her father had built a house and barn, and they had every farm animal and garden.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
My grandma and grandpa had a farm and they raised all their own food and obviously had a huge garden and all that. But my mom was so over it that we moved to the city and she lived in the city all the way up until I got out of the service and bought my land. And then she bought land right next door to me. But she wanted nothing to do with raising animals, and I was the one where everybody's like, you're crazy, you're doing that, why are you doing that? And it was just, I just have always had this calling to raise my own foods and do my own and farm. Like that's like I've always from a little kid wanted to do it. So she had all those skills, she just did not share any of them with us.
Red and April said they don't want to deal with animals until their house is built.
I agree.
That's
Heather.
a good plan.
It's a very good plan. You know, and it's so the critters make my heart happy. Like I love the animals.
Same.
I love watching them. One of my most favorite things is to come out in the morning and sit and drink my coffee and listen to the chickens do their little thing and, you know, sing the song of their people and all that kind of stuff and their little clucking and all that. That is literally the most calming favorite thing for me.
I love when the ducks get watered.
The ducks,
when they get their pond.
super fun.
Oh my gosh, they just play and play
So
and
much
play. They're
fun.
so happy.
But I definitely, it takes a
Thanks,
lot
Tiffany.
of time and energy and money to have them, and getting them too soon takes you away from building and doing. For me, that's what I have found for me up here, because there's zero fencing, there's zero anything. So I would have to say that my advice to someone starting new would be, don't get the critters until you have your fencing up. And for instance, like I really want to add a milk cow. So when the barn goes up, I'm going to start purchasing my hay as if I already have that animal. And then once I have enough hay and the barn is set up and everything is set up and the milking stanchion is built, then I can say I'm going to start looking for this cow. And I hope that we're not stuck live, because it kind of feels like it is, that we're in a space, maybe it's
There's a couple comments here.
Okay.
Thomas said his grandfather was a dairy farmer on 640 acres.
Wow.
Loved going there when he was little. They want to know what color you're going to do, Kira, in your hair.
I'm doing a pink that'll start out really dark, kind of like a magenta dark pink, and then it's a 30-day wash, so it'll fade into a lighter kind of pinkish red. I just gotta find a place to actually dye my hair.
We told my son he needed to go out on a date with his wife so we could go take over his house because I'm due for my color too. I will not pretend that this is my real hair color because it's not.
Red and April off grid are trying to get their garden ready for the spring.
Oh gosh.
I love gardening and planted a
chomping at the
few
bit.
things last year. Yeah, we're as well.
Last year I got everything I started it on time actually. I think it was April when I broke my foot is when I started my little greenhouse containers out of the milk jugs, and those started really well. They just I didn't get them in the ground until June. You were here, so was it July? July is, so we got them in late. They all grew really well. We had seeds for this area for the shorter growing season. And so those did really well. This year, we're definitely planting in the place that we planted last year. And then we're also starting a new area in the more permanent garden area. So
big plans. We're so excited.
big plans. So we're waiting for the snow to melt and a little bit of the mud to go away. And then we're going to start clearing an area. Yeah, so I'm stoked. I can't wait.
Or get pigs to start clearing.
And we are going to get a couple of feeder pigs. But we probably won't do that until we get back from the Okie Homestead conference. And we have a friend of ours, just because it, what?
Vicky says, Heather, just because it falls out of a bottle doesn't mean it isn't yours.
So we do have our friend Randy is going to do a processing class because he knows how, he grew up in a
he just knows everything.
He knows everything.
Oh my gosh, he's just,
I'm so
Darla's
excited.
on here.
Yeah.
She knows everything too.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, we're like, wow.
Wealth of the library of homesteading knowledge.
Yeah, they have so much knowledge.
I'm excited. So he's going to do a full processing class, and I don't know how much of that we're going to video. I know I'm going to video as much of it as I can, as we can, and they'll probably have
Hi, Sam.
videos on both of our channels.
She's like, yeah, I got home in time to catch the live.
Yes.
Oh, Dana, we're so sad you can't make the Okie Homestead either.
So we are trying, I say this every day, we're gonna make some shirts so you guys, I mean, yeah, I guess you guys would know who we are, but come up to us and say hello.
And tell us who you are, because we probably won't remember.
Yeah. I know you guys have sent us pictures, but tell us who you are.
We'll be like, I recognize that person, but I can't remember the name. Dark blonde, I'm 72, so can't go any crazy with colors.
Who told you can't go crazy with colors?
Oh, honey, you can do
They
whatever
were lying
you want.
to you.
Yes.
At a specific age, you could do whatever you want.
I plan on wearing
matter.
big floppy hats that are really like obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be wearing those anyway because I had the skin cancer.
But then nobody can say anything.
It's true. I don't. Yeah, so definitely come up to us and say hi. But yeah, we are gonna add pigs, and those are gonna be most likely in March whenever we come back from the conference, and then they'll start clearing another area. They gotta help work, but now I can get the pigs because we got the fence up. We can run the electric easily, and that'll keep them in. It won't be a big deal.
Yeah.
But that whole area where the goats are is going to end up being a huge garden. You'd still look awesome no matter what color, Janet. True. See, Kira said that. Tiffany said, put your thumbs up.
Tiffany said, put your hands in the air.
Yeah, wave them like you just don't care. Purple would look cool on any age, even 72. I bet people would give you compliments, Janet. The purple is pretty. I really love I tried to get Kira to do a silver, when that was like a big deal where they did that silvery fade thingy. It was really pretty. We couldn't get her hair to do it though. Well, we couldn't get her hair to do it because she went to somebody's house and she started it without me. Therefore, it didn't get done because she did something to it trying to strip it. And it was like, well, now we can't do anything because I don't know what you did. And
Janet's laughing at it. Vicky, go ahead and dye it white if that's what you want to do. Hey, I think the even the young people are like super young people.
Yeah.
I'm talking like teenagers and
yeah,
20s are doing gray hair now.
yeah.
Like it's the thing.
It's the thing.
And it looks amazing.
It does look really pretty.
Yeah.
It does look really pretty. So, Kim, what would you do different? Because you came in July. So now what now?
So
knowing
not
that
in
you know.
life, general in life, but
Well, we
in,
only have about 15 minutes before our hour is up.
On here. Well, I mean, there's not really a whole lot. I wouldn't have broke my ribs.
You pick your feet up when you walk.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I can say is I probably wouldn't have gotten so much in my head on doing the YouTube channel and getting it off the ground sooner. Right now we're dealing with some technical difficulties and stuff, so that's not kind of yet happening. I have the computer. I'm trying to edit. There's some things I need to do, but that's really probably the only thing I would have done different. I did a lot of maybe get a booster earlier because I did a lot of research before I came on YouTube about different things, but since I've been here, I haven't been able to, do more like videos on videography and this and that. So I don't feel like I get to learn a whole lot of new things just because I'm so limited with.
Because I like things done a certain way.
No.
Never mind. I'm just kidding.
But I am limited because I can get YouTube for maybe an hour in the morning, and I'd rather watch us than like I watch us first. So and then I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So
I would have
I really don't have a whole lot.
Yeah. I would say what I would do different on the YouTube channel is get over my anxiety faster and be fine with being who I am. You go through that worry phase of, wow, I've probably pissed off a lot of people in my life, and are they going to get on here and tell the world what a horrible person I am? I don't know why I felt like that was going to happen.
It's hard, and especially like being an introvert, your natural reaction is put walls up and not let people into your life. And this is huge. You're letting them into everything. They get to see all of your bad parts.
I mean, you edit, but you can only edit out so much, or you don't have a video.
They get to see your wrinkles, and they get to see, your
put on the extra
weight, your weight. Yeah.
Sometimes my humor people don't get.
So there's all those things.
Mostly.
Yeah. So getting out of.
Connie, you don't have any skeletons. Come on now.
It's true, girl. You're an open book. Don't even try to say that. But getting past that, and just picking up the camera and recording everything. One thing that I did, in the beginning was when I had that fear is I just really started watching the YouTube creator, and they were like that 90 videos in 90 days or 30 videos in 30 days and doing that to learn the process. I wish I would have done a little bit more than that. I do have to say though, I'm really proud of, I picked up the camera and I did it anyway. So, even though those first videos are terrible, I did it anyway, and I was fine with
Janet. That's so right.
Exactly.
As long as Jesus loves me and forgives me.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So it was really hard having a personality when I was all by myself in the beginning. Now it's fine. Like if the girls aren't here and it's just me, because you guys are a people now. Yeah. You're not just a camera. It's all of you guys that I'm talking to.
Hi, Jennifer.
So I'd say that's good, but there's a lot of things that I didn't film that I wish I would have filmed.
Yeah.
So I would have to say that would be the only thing I would probably do different in that aspect. But
if there's something I could change, I would change what was
Oh, she had it and then it's gone.
We have that same problem.
Oh, I would change being able to help bring in more money for them, because if I could find a way to stay on the farm and work
Well,
from the
but that's
property,
not-
I would do it.
um,
I also wish I was better with money.
that's not really what we're talking about. What we're talking about is what we would do different, knowing what we know now from the very beginning, so that it helps the next person who's maybe
Doing this.
deciding to walk this journey. So, Kira, I don't really know if there's much that you could do different. I mean, you work really hard when you
Yeah.
came straight up. Like, you were working really hard. You were doing all the things.
Mary just made a really good point. Kira, you are strong, you are smart, and you are beautiful.
I think it was for the previous comment.
She often puts herself down.
does.
She does not
Yeah.
see her self-worth, and we just continue to try to build her up, and we appreciate that you guys do as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to get the confidence.
I do. The other thing I would have to say, one of the big money sucks that's has happened is food. When you're super, super busy and you're exhausted, going out to eat, like just going out to eat
If we're in
instead
town,
of
sometimes we're
we
bad
do,
about that.
yeah, and that really does. It's very expensive, so.
I feel bad about that
I-
because I try not to eat, because it's like I cost too much because I eat more than both of them put together.
She does eat a lot, but she obviously needs more food than we do
Yeah, she's
because
got a
she's
high
very thin, very
metabolism.
high metabolism. So setting up a couple of really easy meals, instead of saying I'm tired, let's just go run down the street and get a burger and come back. I mean, we were working really, really hard, so I would have to stop to cook. So there is that aspect of it. But just saying, no, it's worth it to take that time to do that. Just slow it down, stop
Yeah.
and make the, the crock pot and the Instapot is a thing, but we're off grid up here and I didn't have things set up. So I would have to run the generator in order to
Chris.
plug one of those things in. So
That's the hard thing.
that is the hard
because
thing.
then we're paying for gas,
Mhm.
so gas
Propane.
and food and propane.
Yeah.
So
So
it's tough.
maybe even just running to the grocery store instead of a fast food place and getting a rotisserie chicken that's already made and a bag of salad.
So right now we live a
That
lot
kinda-
off of salad
Mhm.
and rotisserie chicken, and
Yeah.
that's like our meals often. Cottage cheese.
Yeah.
uh,
But just really
yes.
focusing on that and making that a priority of setting a meal plan and sticking to it, because a lot of money was spent in the beginning on running and grabbing fast food. What you got, Kira?
So, everybody, I love and appreciate your compliments, but I'm going to be real with you.
Oh, no.
Okay, that was nice seeing you guys.
I'm going to be real with
Just
you.
kidding. This is live. We cannot filter it out.
I know we cannot filter it, so.
Rebecca, everybody, I do a lot
Don't
of
yell.
crazy. Sorry, my ears are plugged. I do a lot of crazy things. Okay, a lot of it is just dumb luck. It's just like I'm going to do this. Will I die? Probably. Did I think of that? No, I didn't. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it then. But I want you all to know I put so much effort and I overthink, and then I forget that I overthink, and then I forget to mention to her, and then I just do stuff, and then a lot of stuff just ends up happening. So a lot of it is dumb luck on my part, and I just
Breathe, breathe,
play.
breathe.
Apparently, there was a whole conversation that we missed.
Apparently,
Okay.
Yeah. I know I'm strong, but
what we're saying
is
is
that all my words?
I think you used them all.
so Thomas is suggesting, how about a sun oven? He's seen some
I have
awesome
seen
videos
those.
on them.
I have seen those.
Or get a cast iron Dutch oven and
Got
put it
one.
on an open fire
Yes.
while you work.
Yeah, and we did do that a couple of times. I love to grill. Grilling is a really big deal for me. Pretty much all summer I grill. I have a green egg for smoking and all of those kinds of things. A lot of the thing in the beginning was overworking ourselves to the point of exhaustion, that standing and cooking was not something that I wanted to do. And what I'm saying is, what I wish I would have done different is taken that time to do that. We would have had better food and I really enjoy cooking, so I have a love for that. And we would have saved money. So that's kind of what I'm saying there. I think that was something that I overlooked, and I thought, oh, it'll be easy to throw some burgers on the grill. When you have the burgers here at your house, and you can easily throw them on the grill and add a salad, that's fine.
I love the summer because we can just grill. It's amazing.
Exactly. So
Chris wants to know if we're doing daily lives.
we are doing daily lives right now. We're kind of trying to make up some time. That when we had a couple of weeks when we had COVID and we didn't put out videos, that does affect us financially. So we're trying to make up a little bit of that. And then it started out that way, and then we just had fun, and you guys encouraged us and poked and
we
said,
just enjoy it so much.
we really do
We
enjoy
really
it.
Oh, Rebecca's leaving. Bye.
Bye. We're real close to that. We got about 5 minutes. So if you guys have any questions for us or anything about this morning's video that you want to ask, go ahead.
Carl's saying get one of them teepee things while you hang a pot over a fire.
Yeah. Actually, I had one of those in Washington.
We actually bought her for her birthday. Well, I'm sure you guys saw it that have watched it, that she put this ranch style fire pit together.
Yeah, it's a fire pit grill.
And it has a thing over the top, so you could literally set a Dutch oven probably on top of that.
And we grilled burgers and hot dogs and stuff on it. The grandkids loved that.
Yeah.
So
I loved the meat.
Armida says cook in a crock pot at night when the generator is already running. Well, with gas prices, we run it for an hour just to charge batteries, and that's it. So, yeah, I mean, like, we could
the
cook
only
something.
time it's really running is when I'm editing for a longer period of time. But we do have the Instapot, which Kim is, I've never used an Instapot, so that's
I love it.
She loves
and
it.
we
so
do use it when we can.
Yeah.
When we can. Janet wants to know our address. It is on the channel. It's a P.O. box. There's 2 different ones. Packages is there's a longer address, and then
the street address.
Yeah. So
it's look in the description of the videos, and in that is the addresses.
Vicky's learning to be a pole worker tomorrow, so she'll be late. Now that's not a pole dancer, right?
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 Wait, what kind of job is? What's going on? What's a pole worker?
Pole worker.
What are you polling? Are you polling something?
Oh no, Rebecca's laid up with a fracture.
No.
Bye.
Rebecca.
She's going to get a pedicure. Take care.
Get it, girl. Totally need to go get a pedicure.
Vicky says no. That's a pole worker. P-O-L-L. Heather's leaving. Bye, Heather.
Bye, Heather. Something about the rabbits.
Carol says rabbit is good over fire in a cast iron pot.
Yes, it is. The rabbits were just bred. We should be having lots of rabbit this summer.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Can you say hi to my brother George? Hi, George. How are you?
Hi, George.
We're excited you're here.
Yes.
Vicky, what'd your phone miss out? Oh,
the pole. That's okay.
That's all right.
It gives us something to laugh at.
Text. Talk to text is a very funny thing. I do it all the time, and people are like, "What are you saying?"
Hey, I just want to say I greatly appreciate all of you guys that the repetitive people that come on here and support us. We so love you guys and appreciate it so very much. Fun. We're just boring normal people, and the fact that we're just so humbled that people want to actually watch us. It's crazy.
Hang out with us and share our shenanigans.
Absolutely.
We love it. Connie, you were sleeping in, but you had a headache and you had a rough night with weird dreams. I get you, girl.
That's okay. We forgive you. You know what? We understand that you guys have lives too.
But I don't think you all not into butchering. So we are not going to put butchering videos up. I'm just not going to do it.
We'll do the processing here.
You guys know that we do it. You know that we're raising animals for food. I'm going to film them, and there's a possibility I'll put it on the Patreon account for learning. I think there's a certain point of it. Nobody needs to see the dispatching. Nobody needs to see any of that. But the cutting the carcasses down into actual, and then what we cook with those are
Yeah.
definitely going to be into those.
Yeah, YouTube does not like that.
Yeah, and there's enough out there that I don't feel like ours would add anything to it.
Mary says we're definitely not boring.
So we have like 1 minute or so left, and I want to tell you all the fourth fact.
Done. Nope. Hour's up. The fourth thing that they don't know about you?
Yeah, the fourth thing. So I look at these two constantly because, fun fact,
Because we live in a small space. No, just kidding.
no, I look to these two for decision making because I have major anxiety when they ask me to make a choice or a decision. It's like, oh, why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Because I get so freaked out. I came from a household where I'm not allowed to make decisions, say my opinion, not allowed to say no. It's a you do as you're told and you do it now and that. So when I came to live with her, or when I was staying at my Aunt Jen's, it's like, okay, what's your opinion? It's like there's that beeping that you hear when you're on the phone when it goes beep beep. You're just like, what? So
that she's learning to make decisions.
yeah. It's not
Matthew.
easy.
Hi,
So
Matthew.
that's hard. Good morning, Matthew. How are you?
It's 2 p.m., so good afternoon to you.
Yeah. But it's morning here because it's before noon.
Carl
so-
says, I just thought you guys weren't into it. My bad.
Oh, okay. No, we had a duck get injured that we processed last year, and we showed it. There's a video on well, we showed the after,
Yeah.
all the after things, and
That was traumatic for me.
that was traumatic. Kim had to leave.
It was my fault, kind of. I mean, we're not taking blame, but I'm just saying it happened with me there, and it got injured, and then I felt bad, and I felt
Yeah.
like it was my fault. So, so that was a really hard one, and
was a
I'm
hard
still learning. I'm a city girl. I'm still learning this country life. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, we've hit our hour, so I guess we will definitely see you guys tomorrow morning at 10, and most likely in the evening. Yeah, because today's Wednesday. Yeah, so tomorrow evening on the premiere videos, and
Yeah.
then you guys get to actually go over to Darla and Randy's channel. So I'm so excited about that. It's gonna be a ton.
Yes.
Have a great
Thanks,
day.
Brenda.
Bye, Brenda.
Thanks for the gifts, Brenda.
Yes. Oh, we got them. Thanks for the tea.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Have a blessed day.
guys.
Have a blessed day.